Right now, I'm right behind you, pal. We running for hip hop, ladies and gentlemen. We're running for hip hop. What we doing, pal?
This is Big Papa Will, man. We're trying to get to our show on time. Bus and shit. Can't get a damn ride. We gotta get over and get on the right bus.
Well, we don't give a fuck if we don't get there.
We don't be there.
This is how we do it every Tuesday.
How we do it every Tuesday.
Check us out, MySpace, YouTube. Check us out. We be running around this.
You're watching the Y2K
show. How you gonna ask me something, man? You know, like I ain't gonna have something for myself. I'm gonna give you something. I ain't gonna have nothing. No, dude, that wouldn't get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't mind doing for people, but I ain't gonna do all the way out, man. I already gave my car away, sacrificed the ride. Be out here trying to help up and coming artists. Now I'm out here catching the bus, running down the street, trying to get to the show on time. Just worked 5 days yesterday, sitting at home, getting my ass kicked playing on TV, and now I'm out here on the bus, you know, so I got my bus pass, you know, because if we can't get no ride up on this bitch, trust me and believe, we will be at Woodham's tonight at the after party.
Yeah!
Telling them some mojo.
Better ask somebody.
Hey, this is Big Papa. Yeah.
Big 30, and this is how it stands. This is the reaction. It's going down. Y2K Associates Computer Chips Party is going down. 2009. Jimmy G all in the building. Yeah. Hey, oh lady. Hey, Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Y2K Associates. It's Chip's 30th birthday and we out here celebrating. This is the Big Papa Will, you know what I'm saying? Just like back in the day. Y'all better ask somebody. YouTube, MySpace, everybody out here, man. This is how we get down. This is how we party. This is how we do it. Go Bob! Go Bob! Go Bob! Go Bob!
You're watching the Y2K show, where they play my kind of videos.
Soy Roberto, El Favorito Gringo, Mi Pelos Blanco, Hecho en San Mateo, Dime cuando ven a Mexico, soy una California oso, más grande de mis sueños, es un nuevo año, nuevo tiempo, no ratos or latas, no preguntas, menso, inteligente pero soy poco loco, fiestas.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
Oh my God!
Thank you for watching the Y2K show.
Hey, how y'all doing this afternoon, this morning, depending on what part of the country in this evening? We got all three time zones going on here. We got morning, afternoon, evening. Over in the Philippines, it's already Sunday over there already. So let's just be happy that we're all here today. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for showing up. Popcorn Man, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Thank you for popping in with us today. Shamash, you seem like somebody I haven't met yet before. So hello to you and thank you for coming through. I'm going to check your record in a minute and see what we can do for you. OG realist. I'm starting to see OG before I can say realist now because you always call me OG and I love it to death. But you know I'm a triple OG, man. I was an OG about 38, 39, 40 years ago. I was a real OG back then. But now I'm just retired and trying to make it with you youngsters, share a little some of this old-fashioned history I got going on. But I love the fact that y'all are here. Realist, I know every time I go live, you be sitting there by your computer waiting. But today, man, I need you to stay a little longer because I want to start getting you guys to feel like it's okay to come up on my panel, but it's kind of awkward if I'm doing some education, right? So today, no education. I'm not going to do no education. I'm just going to speak to y'all spiritually, humanistically, and straight from the gut. So let me just get started. Here's my new friend Linda, all the way from Florida. I know it's after 1 o'clock in the afternoon over there. Go on and speak up on what time zone y'all in and what part of the country, because we ain't the types in here that's gonna come knocking at your door, trying to rob you when you ain't at home. We're not that type of people over here. And for all of y'all that was at the words chat this morning, man, that guy is really putting it out there, man. I have to come along and see, okay, Nate, what part of Native American culture or ethnicities of the world are you dealing with now, partner? Because a lot of stuff that he talks about, man, I can relate to it. Although I'm probably somewhere around at least 20 years older than the word for sure. But man, I came up that same way, man. I had PTSD by the time I was 6. Yeah, I come from one of them kind of neighborhoods, man, where, not only did you have bullies, but you had bullies that were just older than you, but in my particular case, not as big as I was. So they would go get the bigger, older, taller bully and tell them to go up and sock me upside the head for no apparent reason other than they knew they couldn't get away with it. Because I gained the reputation. Let me calm down. I gained the reputation because my name was Butch. Hey, Rias, glad you can make it today, man. My mama named me Butch, and the story behind that is when I got old enough to ask her, because when your name is Butch, everybody want to pick on you. Hey, Queenie, the whole damn thing is here, y'all. Let's give her a big hand for being up in here with me today. She's off from work. That woman has a new incredible job. You would not believe it. She walks about a minute from one area of her job to her next client. You can't beat nothing like that. I've known this young lady, for a good 18, 19 years now, man. I done seen her go through lots of changes. Now this woman done raised 3 kids. Her son is going to go to the NBA once he goes through college and get us a master's degree so he can take over this business. And I can sit down and be a nobody. She's got a doctor. And she done raised now don't let me get my 2 families mixed up here. Tell me, Queen, am I right if I say you the one with the doctor? Tell me if I'm right. If you're the one that's done raised a doctor, if it's or if it's a KY, which one of y'all got the doctor in the family? But anyway, this woman has come a long way. So like I was saying, y'all, my mama named me Butch, okay? Who names their child Butch? Really? I mean, Butch is that name you go out in the street and you pick up on. You just pick it up. You don't walk out in the streets as a 5-year-old kid named Butch, right?
And so finally, man, about the second, third grade, I finally asked her because I had been through so much stuff with wannabes. You know what a wannabe bully is. He's the one that got to get behind everybody and talk crazy about you, so they can laugh at him when he thinks they laughing at you. Because when you got that real serious look in your eye like I do, they know you better not laugh at me because I'm about to beat him up. Butchers beat up people. You want to be making fun of me and my name, calling me a dog and all kind of old crazy stuff? You go right ahead because I'm going to act like one. That's why I got that personality that if you say something to me offhandedly, before you can withdraw your lip back into your face, I'll be done already laid something on you, make you shut the fuck up talking to me. But, that's just behavior. That's just, the way I was brought up. Because like I said, this bully, he going to try and jump me because he's got a brother that's older. Okay? So he jumped me. I beat him up anyway. I ain't care nothing about his brother being older than me or bigger than me or taller than me or nothing. I beat him up. So he runs home and tells his brother that I beat him up. So then his brother comes running up there, gonna try to take up for him. And I defended myself against him because, he was in the older gang and I didn't want the older gang to the whole gang jump me just because I beat up one of their members. Because that's how we grew up, man. If, you talk about gang banging, we didn't know what guns were. We didn't know what no gun was. If you couldn't box, you didn't go around talking shit to nobody. Because if you went around talking shit to people, what's going on, Ronan? If you went around talking shit to people, and you wanted to start boxing me and found out you couldn't outbox me because I got long arms and long legs, and a hard head, and he went and picked up a stick, came back with a stick, a board actually, a long ass board. He could barely pick it up, a little skinny ass motherfucker. And by the time he got close enough to me, there was just a one no parking sign that we used to always mess with, and we had broken the concrete around it, so it was all loose and just hanging there. As soon as he got close to me, I grabbed that pole up out the ground and slapped him in his arm with it, knocked him up against his car, and then I dropped it because when he jumped off of it, he tried to come in and went wham, socked him dead in the nose. Me and Mark Gainey became real good friends after that. But then his brother, Craig Scott, he gonna go tell Craig that I didn't, he went home crying. They want to know what happened to you. Butch hit me with a no parking sign. And you never tell your half of what you did that was wrong. You just go home crying, sniveling, whining, and say, Butch hit me. You don't go say you went and picked up a board and came to swing it and hit Butch, but before you could hit Butch hit you with the no parking sign. You don't tell nobody that. So here's Craig and his gang, not a gang, but the older kids, like I'm 7, they're 9. Let's put it like that. But I'm as tall as Craig, I'm 7, they're 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and some of the kids that I grew up with were the kind, they were people like Mark Gainey was Craig Scott's little brother. And then they had a cousin that was bigger and older than even Craig, and he used to pick on Mark. And so one day we jumped him all together. We got all together. I said, man, don't hit Mark no more. He said, what you got to do about it? And 7 of us jumped up and we jumped him. We was playing with him, but we jumped him, to show that that's what we do in this neighborhood. If you're going to get me, you're going to get all of me, which is all 9, 10 of us, whatever number of us that's standing there, right? So then Craig, one day when I'm like 13, after I spent 2 summers down on the farm getting all buffed up and stuff, and sucking up grasshoppers while we cutting alfalfa and stuff, and came back and I just happened to walk up on them. He's going to ask me for a cigarette. So when I stopped to give him the cigarette, this guy named Fred Lee, he going to try to snatch my pack, and I pulled my hand back and double cuffed it so he couldn't get it. And then Craig going to try to grab me by my hand and twist my arm, and I broke his grip and twisted his arm back. He said, oh, you're a little tough guy now. So he's going to jump back and put that little light hand to my chest. And when he did that, before he could draw it back, I'd already done slapped him on the chin because my arms were longer than his now, And I already got a history with you and your little brother that's my best friend now. Now I'm going to have to get on you too about thinking that you was bigger and badder than me. And I'm telling y'all all of this because y'all can relate. Y'all can relate. Somewhere in your life, a brother, a sister, you know, a sibling, or just the kid live next door to you or behind you across the alley. Somewhere, you know, girls, y'all too, because I grew up with a lot of girl bullies. I mean, these girls could box, you know, and if a girl could box, she could bully you. And she was beating up guys, taking their leather coats off of them and taking their elastic, you know, nylon belts. And, oh, man, it was just crazy. Their hats, their caps. Until one day I told a girl, if you did that to me, I'd fuck you up. And I challenged her, you know, because I was like that, man. I grew up once after Craig and Greg and Edward and Larry Covington and James Mosley and a whole bunch of other cats. And then the guy tried to rape me, and I ran into another guy named Butch, lived right across the street. Took me in. What's up, word? I see you in here, brother. I see you. I see. Took me in his back basement. I thought he was going to try to pull the same thing the guy across the street that tried to rape me did. Man, he taught me martial arts for the next 7 years of my life. 7 years. Can you believe that? A street thug, because I wasn't no thug. I just was named Butch. And his name was Butch. And I thought he was going to make me have to get beat up so that I know which one was the bigger Butch. Because I even went through that. One time this little poop butt nigga from some other street, some other neighborhood, would come to our neighborhood and try to call himself Butch. And first thing happened was all the kids, the older kids that he came over to our neighborhood to try to hang out with, he said, man, you can't be called Butch over here. And he's like, why? Because we already got a Butch over here. He kick your ass. He said, where he at? Show me where he at, man. And me and my dudes, we were just coming back from the Y playing basketball. You know, the kind where you elbow people in their rib cage to the point where you either going to box me or shut up talking shit to me kind of basketball games. Yeah, we went through a lot of those because we had tennis shoes on. We had our kids. We had our Converses. You know, we didn't show up there in no damn white socks sliding them down the floor talking about you ain't traveling. Get the hell out of here with that shit. So we come around the corner at the Velvet Freeze, and guess who's there? This stupid ass kid and his two little homies gonna walk up and tell me, are you the one they call Butch? And I was, you know, I'm pretty bashful, you know. I don't get beside myself. I kind of maintain my posture and position, you know. In other words, I'm an undercover kick your ass kind of person. Walk up to me, say something stupid, try to touch me, and get your ass kicked. So I can say it was self-defense, Your Honor. I got witnesses. Everybody saw this dude walk up to me, man. He tried to hit me, and I stepped back, and then he stepped forward, and he tried to hit me again, and then I blocked it. And see, that's contact. When I blocked you swinging at me, that was contact. So now it's on me. You done already hit me once, and I just blocked myself, protected myself. Now you're going to get socked up because I'm left-handed. My right hand is a very powerful hand, but I got a bigger one coming at you on that second swing. So he ran into that, man. He got that second swing right upside his forehead, knocked him all the way back down on the ground, and his other two partners going to try to jump up. And I just grabbed them both together and squeezed them. I just squeezed them together around their necks. And then when dude looked like he was going to try to come up at me again, I took both of them cats at him and went straight at him and hit him with the bottom palm of my hand like a hammer. We call that the hammer punch. You know, because the object is don't hit nobody with your knuckles, your fingers, keep your thumbs down, and protect yourself. Because soon as you hit somebody and your wrist goes out of position or you swell the thumb palm part of your hand, you really is done fighting. And if you're going to go the distance without gloves, you got to know all that stuff, man. So that's how I came up to be called. And my mama told me this, and then I'm going to get back to y'all and y'all's comments over it because it seems like everybody's talking to me. I'm trying to get y'all to talk to each other, but, you know, while I run my mouth. But, you know, we got Word over here, and Nate will probably be here in a minute. But we got Popcorn in here, and we got Mr. 22. You know Mr. 22, he likes to talk that crazy shit, you know, because sometimes when he hears me talk, he just know he older than me. And then we have to put them cards on the table, and mine says 6'8", 6'8" straight. You know, tops and bottoms, as we call them in crap shooting. So let me go over here on the other side. Anybody got anything to say? I'm gonna go get up here on this other side right now, right quick. And man, I see me still in this video over here on the other side. Y'all still watching that video? Or is that just on my side? But let me get over here to the top of where this and Chimash, hello to you, Chamush. I don't say your name till I get it right. Welcome to all the new players. I'm glad to have you. You know, I'll get down to seeing what you got, but y'all go ahead and sub up to her, or you just go ahead and sub up to me, and next time I see you, there'll be more to come. And then there's Realist, my regular, but today, y'all, I got Rias in here. He missed me yesterday. Rias and Realist. Yesterday, I was doing a test run to see if I'd worked the bugs out of what my problem was about my internet. And I ain't ashamed to tell y'all, it was me. It was my fault. I did it. Because look, let me tell you what I did. I threw away my Cox internet box. I said, hey, man, I don't need this anymore. It ain't getting what I need. And then I came over. I fired my damn computer, my PC, fired it. It's still sitting over here wondering why I did it, but I fired it. I'm sorry. Went and replaced both of them. And then all of a sudden, the damn internet started doing the same damn thing. Not working. You know, doing all that roaming shit. And I ain't roaming. I'm Native American. I just couldn't grasp that concept, right? So I called up the Nigerians over there at Metro PCS. Finally got me a dude, with a little more age on him, right? Because them youngsters, man, not only is their English not clear enough for me to comprehend sometimes, I know my diction is great, but not always do I speak like a white person. So we was having some miscommunication going on there because when things start bothering me, I forget all about that English education I have from going to school all the time, almost every day. And then I start going black. Not African American black, Native American black, God damn it. I start going there. And so I got this guy this time. So he's over here showing me how to get out my pins. When you buy a new phone and down in there where your card comes, your little slide-in card is, there's that little pin that pops it out. Well, I went looking for those because I always save these boxes that these phones come in. I have so many phones, right? And so I couldn't find it. And then I remember, oh, yeah. Remember the other day when we was in the toolbox and that little black box, we was trying to get them all the little tiny index finger screwdrivers to work? They got the little ones in it. So I opened that up, pulled one out. We set the reset button, hit that reset button real good, turned off the computer and everything. And right as he was telling me to do that, he told me the best place for your Wi-Fi box is near a window. And then we proceeded to go all the way down, recycle, get it fully revamped, turned around, acting right and everything. And when we did that, oops, I'm in the wrong page. After we did that, everything seemed to have been working pretty good. But the biggest thing out of it was I was having the same damn problem the next day. I'm like, boy, how you go buy something and then it stops working the day after you buy it, and then you saved your receipt in the box, because if you go to Walmart, they want the box and the receipt, and you go to return it, and then you get home with the new replacement part and it don't work either, and you start yelling at the manufacturer, the store you bought it at, like everybody's out to get you, right? Right? Yeah, well, I'm here to tell you, and Word will back me on this. The first person you better look at is you. because that product was doing just fine sitting on the shelf until you walked up and took it and brought it home and didn't bother to read the instructions to put it together. You just thought you plug it in and turn it on and everything is gravy. It ain't like that no more. You know, you can go to the store still and buy you can go there and buy a skillet. Let's just say a skillet. You can go to the store right now, buy a skillet, bring it home, and start cooking on it. And then you notice suddenly that your oil is leaning to one side. You say, God damn, man, I know I ain't already caused a bump in this damn skillet. Y'all ever notice that? When you cause a bump in your skillet because it was wet and you put it on a high flame and it just created a bump right up in the middle of it. Y'all ever have that? Yeah, I know y'all have, because I did. And you think, this cheap ass skillet that I just bought, I should have just bought me a cast iron skillet to begin with. I told myself all this porcelain and all this other kind of stuff that these things are made out of ain't what I need. I told myself that. And I went and did it anyway, right? So what did you do? You went back to the store and told them that this skillet is broke. And they said, what's wrong with it? I said, man, I just tried to use it one time and it got this big ass bump in the middle of it. And they know right off, unless it's a kid that doesn't cook. Or if it's a woman or a man that doesn't cook. They know. They don't know. But an experienced person in that store knows that what you did was put it on the stove. It wasn't totally dry yet. And you went and hit it with some heat, and especially if you put it on a gas stove. And it didn't work. Yeah. So here's this big message that Queen is hitting me with. So let me just read it in case y'all haven't. She said, I love you, Pop, and thank you for the recognition and shout out. You raised me to get up out the streets and become somebody and be the mother these kids need to be. I love you for that. That is so touching. That is great. Can y'all all say that? Can you say what she just said? That she went from being in the streets, and me and her was in the streets together, okay? Like I was telling somebody in their chat this morning, you know, once you get a certain age, you know, you ain't going to worry about not being in the streets no more. That was Tam. I said, you ain't going to worry about being in the streets no more. And that don't mean like hood streets. That don't mean like hang out in front of the liquor store on the corner. That don't mean like go sit in the laundromat and you ain't even washing no clothes, sitting there sweating your ass out in the middle of winter. I don't mean that kind of streets. You know, there's your home and there's outside that door of your home. Those are the streets. And everything that goes wrong out there in those streets. Right? And she overcame all of that, man. I mean, y'all don't know nothing about her, but this is my BFF right here. You know, she's one of the strongest women I've ever known, you know, and I've known some strong ones, but queen of the whole damn thing right here, I raised her just like my daughter. My daughter's a little older than her, but me and her, we rode them streets. So that's enough on me and her in them streets. Word, I always love that when I get a chance to get up into one of Word's chats, that man is so intelligent, so remarkably expressive. I keep getting this vision in my head that dude must be at least 6'2", 6'3", you know, medium build kind of guy. But like he said, he has done a lot of studying, and I respect that, because when I talk to him or I look at what he's doing, I understand what he's saying, because I've been there too. You know, like the greatest thing I ever did was get an education. I ain't lying. I mean, it was the brainwashed version, just like everybody else got. Don't get me wrong. It was the brainwashed version. Yep. Yeah. But like I tell everybody, when I was 4 years old, I got put out the Catholic Church because I said Jesus Christ wasn't white. And some ignorant ass nun called me some kind of name that I still don't know how to spell. because the names I don't know how to spell, I don't use them, But she told my mama, don't ever bring me back there again because I was some kind of heathen or something to that effect. And I asked my mama, what does that mean? She said, don't you ever use that word. That means that you're stupid and that you're bad and that people, especially white people, ain't gonna like you. What you do anyway? I said, I told her that I got baptized last week and that the Holy Spirit came into me and told me that Jesus Christ wasn't white. She said, that's what she put you out for? I said, yeah. Don't you ever go to that place again? Because that's one of them retarded ass white people that don't know the truth. And I'm like, what is the truth? And I'm 4 years old, and my mama, she wasn't the most educated person I know. She never went to high school, no college, but the woman was raised. She was raised by college graduates. My uncles and my aunties, they were all old enough to be her parents, right? And so the next thing that ever happened to me, we moved. Then I got baptized Baptist. So when I used to do comedy skits, I said, hey, we got any Catholics in here? And people raise their hand. I said, me too. And then I say, okay, don't leave them out. But we got any Baptists in here? And people raise their hand. I said, me too, I'm Baptist too. And they be wondering, this man is crazy as 2 or 3 crazy motherfuckers, man. Talking about a Baptist Catholic, a Catholic Baptist. You can't even say them 2 words together, you right? But I've learned that. Now here I go, y'all. See, I can't talk for 2 hours without history coming up. I've learned that the Holy Roman Catholic Church, y'all seen them on TV with them crusades and them big old red crosses on their chest, hanging out with who they be hanging out with? The Knights Templar, the Temporal Knights. That's the one, the Temporal Knights. That later on the French king disbanded them because he owed them money. But the Holy Roman Catholic Church was in Spain. And they're the ones that created the crusade that wiped out the control of the Moors, which were Western Africans that had occupied all of Southern Europe for 700 years. And when he did that and they dispersed, many of them, the Morisco Moors and the Jews, Sephardic Jews, escaped. Some of them wound up in Ireland. That's why we got, mixed people in Ireland. We got some lighter, tawny colored Moors and Jews. But let's just say they was like me. They were swarty colored, and they made it all the way over to Great Britain and claimed to be Christian and was able to get on ships and come over here to the Americas. Well, I blame them for those of us that are not European born, not Moors, not Jews, but Native American children of descendants of Native Americans. I blame our confusion on them about that out of Africa thing. Because I've researched that ever since my mother told me that we were not from Africa. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, boy, you better shut up. Your mama was the one that told you that in the Bible, Jesus Christ was not a white man. So you better try and understand this one right here. I said, okay, mama. Okay, let me ask you this. If we ain't black and we ain't Africans, what are we? She said, we're colored. We're colored people. I didn't get that shit either, man. And 60 some years later, I learned, because I didn't give up on my education about history. I learned what my mother meant that we were colored. Because during my mother's time of birth, my mother was born in 1916, and my grandfather was born like in 1840, 1850 maybe. But that man was still alive when I was a little kid. Okay, I got uncles and nieces. I got uncles and aunties that are old enough to be my mama's grandmother. Let's put it like that. And I learned from them that Native Americans, once they started doing census in the 1920s, now y'all might want to go home with this one and ask your mama and your grandma about this one I'm about to come out with now. Oh, okay, there we go. He's 6 foot 255. Man, you as big as I am. I just got weighed the other day, and I'm only 252 at 6'1". And I'm a little flabby, but I'm working on it, man. I got some ends coming in that's gonna help me. You know, I'm in this Geo Fit twice a week where we go and we do. You know, you have to be, man. I'm 68 and I'm the youngest guy in there. Okay, so I would say you got to be at least 60 to get in this class, but you know, it's for us geriatrics that can still get up off the couch and come hang out and do some workout. You know, we do upper body, we do core, we do legs, we do walking, we do joke telling. You know, like they call themselves getting at me the other day, man. I said something made them all shut the fuck up talking to me. He said, man, is it you or your wife that tossed him as much? I said, I killed my wife out of loneliness. So I guess you mean you're talking to me. You know, I better shut up, man. Better keep his wife out my mouth. Yeah, because she's dead. So don't be talking about the dead people, because I mess around and bring one of them back to life on your ass. But anyway, like I'm saying, Word, I really appreciate you, man. Me and you, we the same size, man. But your voice sounds like you're taller. But that's cool. I love you for that, you know. So anyway, I wanted to know why we was colored. So in the early 1920s, they started doing census. And guess what? Native Americans were being classified as white and colored. There wasn't no such thing as a black Native American. Although you look at me and just think, the whole world was the color I am now, that the color we are. Those of us that have melanin in us, the whole world was that color, okay? Now, what caused the problem is when these Sephardic Jews and Morisco Moors that escaped the Inquisition by the Holy Roman Catholic Church, which was black, and made it to England, and right before King James I of England, which was black, became the king of his mother, Elizabeth I, his grandmother, who was black. I'm just using black because we all know that word, right? Before all that, so these people in England, they were deposing people. Do you know what depose mean? Yeah, we've watched enough TV to understand that the police will depose you from drinking on the street. The police will depose you from shooting craps at the schoolyard. Your mother will depose you from wearing your pants hanging off your ass like you're gay. Okay, depose, that word. Okay, now, what King James and him and his ancestors before and after were doing, they were deposing unwanted people from England. Deposed them. Okay, get out of here. Get on that damn ship. You are going over there for indentured servitude because we're tired of taking care of your broke ass, homeless motherfucker. Won't go get a job. Get the fuck on the boat, okay? And those were not all white people. And another thing I might need to explain to everybody is I use words like that in jest. I don't mean them as cursing somebody, because if you look at it in the Bible, none of these words are in the Bible considered to be curse words. You know, they're just man-made words. You know, somewhere up in Slovakia or the Slavs that created the word slave, you know, because when they came to Great Britain as Slavs and got put on the boats and sent over here, the word slave replaced the word indentured. See, at first they were just sending people over here as indentured servants to get rid of you because they had filled up Ireland. Y'all have heard about Ireland being like this prison island, and then it grew up and it defeated the Romans and the British. The British and the Romans tried to attack them, and they defeated them, sent them crying out of their country. So they knew they couldn't send no more slaves there because some people had gotten hit. So what did they do? They turned around to the old world that they call the New World, but it's actually America, which is called Turtle Island, is older than Africa. Now go chew on that. America was around when there's no such place called Africa. Now hold on a minute. Don't go looking at your TV program and trying to think, well, America's way over here. No, let's hold on. I've learned 200,000 years ago, when all of this planet was just one big mass of land, there was humans on this land. Humans. So when the Chinese get to talk about, well, China, 5,000 years. 5,000 years ain't nothing compared to that 150,000-year-old cave with all these artifacts in it and these graves that carbon date back to being 150,000 years old. What can you tell me, China, then? Nothing. Go and find some of them black people that are left in China and try and figure it out for there. Also, when there was no way to sail, you can't sail from Africa to America. Doesn't work. That's why there's no such thing. When you look it up, there is no such thing as the Pan-African slave trade, because there was no way that you could get on a boat and come here from Africa. You'd wind up out there in them turbulence, in them different tides, lost in the goddamn ocean. Just ask Christopher Columbus. The first time he tried to come over, y'all don't know nothing about that. And forget that anybody try to say they discovered any parts of America, we've learned. Okay, that's just a word they use. In essence, what you're saying is, well, when you came to this place you had never seen before, and you left word, you took word back with you to where you came from. Respect to you, D-True. You took word back to where you came from. You could be listed as the ignorance of, oh, well, my dude, he's the one that discovered. Yeah, and Vespucci, both of them were liars, and both of them individuals were pirates on the open seas, pirates. Because at the time, the Native Americans were doing trade all over this planet. And they wouldn't have no problem with no guy named Christopher Columbus. Now, let me tell you who did. All those British ships that were bringing all those indentured servants over here, and those people that were riding above deck that had money to pay for a ticket to sail over here. Wow, man, let me tell you two stories about them. One, Columbus didn't mess with the ships that the Sephardic Jews and the Morisco Moors were on. Because he knew better. He knew about them people. They did not play. They were the people that had defeated his boss in Southern Europe, in Spain, and Portugal, and France. So he didn't mess with them ships. He was getting the ones that Britain was sending over here that were straight up cargo ships, like they'd come over here and they trade with the Native Americans, and then they leave them some junk that they thought was cool, and then they would sail back with all those riches. Well, Christopher Columbus, the pirate, would hit those ships, steal their shit. Because at the time that French and England didn't get along with each other, all he had to do was run back to France or Spain, and nobody would be looking for him, right? So the king of France, the Holy Roman Catholic Church, he decides, Christopher Columbus, we need to go explore the Americas. Now, I don't know how I was talking about Queen of the whole damn thing. And I was going to bring up that part about what D. True was talking about today. He did a great thing that he was showing women that y'all are somebody, and he had this whole documentary on queens from Africa. And then me and my big mouth, I'm like, yeah, well, what about all the queens of the Americas? Pocahontas, Khalifa. That's just the name of two. I didn't want to get out of control over there in his page, but I just wanted to share that. Go get them black queens from America, them Native American queens, and don't get the ones that look white, because that is, man, I keep jumping around here because that just made me think what broke my heart. YouTube broke my heart. I've had 5 strikes against me where YouTube has claimed that I had done something that violated the community standards, community somethings. But you can go on YouTube right now, and I'm sure a lot of you have done it, and watch videos that directly lie to you about the history of this goddamn planet. But they ain't striking them channels. But they're going to tell me, you community guidelines for nudity. How you want to say I don't know my videos that I'm sitting here in my house making? Huh? You two have been around longer than you have. How do you think I could get away with putting a woman's naked titties or her vagina or a man's penis in a video and get away with it on YouTube? I say, y'all are just ignorant. I'm telling you that. I don't care if I am on your platform right now. But I'm going to tell you, you are a bunch of ignorant souls that you would allow lies and videos to be produced on your goddamn platform, and they getting over 900 million likes. And you're going to strike me, and I ain't even got 400? You're going to let them get away with telling those lies, and we wonder, well, what's wrong with our youth? What's wrong with America? It's because we've been lied to the point we don't know what the damn truth was. We don't know what the truth, but you got to go get the truth. Because in grade school, they ain't teaching them the truth, although they're trying to get better. High school ain't teaching them no truth, although they're trying to get better. College, you have to be taking the right classes to be anywhere near ethnic studies. So if any of y'all got children that are getting ready to go to college, make sure they take a full load of ethnic studies, psychology of man, origins of man. I saw a stupid ass thing on Google. You know how they used to have that evolution of man? They start out with man as an ape, which we'd have learned man wasn't never no ape. Man was man when he first hit, when his molecules came together, it was man. But they have showed it how the evolution of man evolved into a white man with no black man in there. Just went from ape to white man. I said, now what stupid piece of shit thought it would be okay to throw this in our faces? We ain't in bad enough condition already. But the thing I learned, two things I know for sure. The reason why Black history is white history on TV is because the concept was, if you make it a black movie, now some of y'all might not be old enough for this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. If you made it a black truthful movie, white people wouldn't go to the movie theater and pay to see it because it was about black people. Y'all resonate on that for a minute, because you know what's coming next. Because then we started having all these black movies, and it was all dope dealers murdering each other. Now, what were we supposed to think? We're supposed to think that that's what we're supposed to do, is kill each other. We ain't here to be trying to be no damn friends with one another. We'll never get along with each other. All we can do is kill each other. And look at that movie. Look at Cher, man. Look at Cher. Shit, you know black people are supposed to be killing black people, or else they wouldn't make movies out of it. Ain't that the intelligent way to think about it? Right? But let me tell you something else. Y'all know Lone Ranger, right? Lone Ranger and Tonto? Well, the half-ass had it right, but then the Lone Ranger white part got in there and messed it all up. At least he had on a black mask. That was supposed to give you an inclination that a black man must be behind this. Now, I can't look this up real quick, but somebody look this up, what I'm about to say. The whole character of the Lone Ranger was based off of the #1 Marshal, Texas Ranger that ever was. He was a black man. Some people say, well, he was a freed slave. That just means that he was a Native American that had been enslaved by other Native Americans. But if y'all look up the name of the person that the character Lone Ranger was created off of. Wasn't created off of no white man. You know, there wasn't no sheriff. You know, it was a black man. And if I put on some music, if y'all don't tell me quickly, I know we got some college educated people out there. D-True, help me out. His name was Bass Reeves. Okay, fuck y'all. Every last one of you. Get your ass back in class. Quit cutting class because you're missing out on real parts of history right here. But Mr. Bass held the record for Texas Ranger of always getting his man. Always getting his man. You know, just like on Lone Ranger, you know, and all other TV programs. But I'm just saying that because it had a Native American, an Asian Native American. Let's get this right, too. Because when the Holy Roman Catholic Church came and invaded all of southern United States and down into South America, yeah, they did that. They killed over 3 million Native Americans and took another 2 million to Europe and enslaved them in Europe. So when we talk about how can there be more white people in America than Native Americans, with what the Holy Roman Catholic Church did here, what the Native Americans did to each other, it's no wonder they couldn't annihilate us. But one thing is for damn sure. When the only slave trade that existed outside of here was when the Holy Roman Catholic Church went to Southeast Asia. Now, who can tell me what parts of this world is considered Southeast Asia? And Reese, you better be the first person to speak up. I know you might have been raised and born somewhere else, but you know you are a Southeast Asian, brother. That's why we love each other, because I'll let you know that I ain't stupid that day. Okay. Yesterday was Kalani's birthday. Y'all want to all give him a round of some claps, give him some hands up, some claps. You know, yesterday was his birthday. He's still with us. He's still alive. But they brought them Southeast Asians to America to work in the sugarcane fields. And don't forget, and to grow rice. Now, you know, rice is an African product, just like gumbo, which is okra. And if y'all didn't know that, write it down, save it, you know, because like I said, I can't just talk and not get all educational with y'all, but that's how I am. That's how my blood flows, you know. Okay. But anyway, when they brought the Asiatics over here that similarly looked like black people, I'm gonna show y'all. Let me show you right here. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, what's up? I want to take this time to dedicate this song to all my fallen soldiers out there, man. You know what I'm saying? To all my peoples doing hard time. To all my street hustlers, man. My street soldiers. You know what I'm saying? We still out here grinding, man. We out here grinding. Huh. Let's get this money. Let's go.
I woke up in the morning, gotta thank God for seeing another day. I got money on my mind, looking for another way. Living this life I live, trying to feed my family and kids. Living this life I live, gotta get this money for the rent. That's why I push a hard life. I keep my pistols by my wayside. To all my peoples doing hard times, just keep your head up, it's gonna be alright, yeah. Here's a true story of a hustler's mind. Counting money on the block day and night. Gotta stay grinding till my pockets run. Got my hands on my pistol, it's so long now. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I gotta find a way, I gotta get paid. I stay hugging the block. Gotta stay grinding to the top. I'm getting money, I'm getting money. I'm getting money, got this game on lock. Living this life I live, trying to feed my family and kids. Living this life I live, gotta get this money for the rent. That's why I push a hard line. I keep my pistols by my wayside. To all my peoples doing hard times, just keep your head up, it's gonna be alright, yeah. Here's a true story of a hustler's life. Counting money on the block day and night. Gotta stay grinding till my pockets run. Got my hands on my pistol, it's so long now. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I gotta find a way, I gotta get paid. I'm a certified hustler. Gotta get that mayonnaise and that mustard. Can't be soft like custard. I'm dodging all you haters and you busters. Like Ali, I'll be the greatest. I'm legendary. I'm street famous. Like Ali, I'll be the greatest. I'm legendary. I'm street famous. Gotta feed my fam. Can't go for broke. No time for play. No time for jokes. This be the realest song that I wrote. Just give me 2 guns, watch the pistol smoke. Here's a true story of a hustler's life. Counting money on the block day and night. Gotta stay grinding till my pockets run. Got my hands on my pistol, it's so long now. Living this sweet life, yeah. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I'm living this sweet life, yeah. I gotta find a way, I gotta get paid. Here's a true story of a hustler's life. Counting money on the block day and night. Gotta stay grinding till my pockets run. Got my hands on my pistol.
You need it. And show me what you got. I want you naked. And show me what you got. Show me what you got. Sound in a dream. There's something I want to say. I want you naked, can't you see what your sexy body does to me? You fill my head with fantasies of ecstasy. Me holding you, you holding me, you loving me, girl. I want you naked next to me. You've got a body that's so heavenly, combusting in the club with perfect skin and perfect eyes, perfect lips and perfect thighs. Your ass so fine you mesmerize me and everybody else there. You've already decided that trusting me is confided. So go tell your homegirl you're leaving here with me. We ain't got no time for playing games. The name and number that you gave are the real thing. So let's go and satisfy our curiosity. And I want you naked, you want it too. Got my nature rising just for you. So come on, baby, let's stop wasting time. It's tasting time. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. A little bump and grind to the 69. I want you naked and I ain't wrong. I like the candle while you lose that thong. Come over here and let me take it off. You break me off in the way I'm gonna shake it off. You know I came to get you off, girl. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Getting up on the room after me going down on you. Some dinner conversation, and we're right back in the mood. A bubble bath sipping Tennessee. Me touching you, girl, you caressing me. Revealing secrets of love's designers, whisper and scream. No, I don't play with this stuff. Girl, I'll be freaky enough. I'll be the biggest freak you'll ever do. No, you don't need no lingerie, no sex and negligee. I'm gonna do all the things that you want me to. I want you naked, can you see what sexy body does to me? Come over here and let me do the things you want me to. The kind of things you never knew. The things your man and woman won't do for you. I want you naked. Got a body that's some heavenly. Come bustin' in the club, perfect skin, perfect.
Motherfucker boy trauma toast, man. I done overcame so much to get here. You know, I feel closer than ever. People be like, what's it feel like to be in your position? I mean, you don't know the emotional sacrifices and struggles I done been through. I mean, these past years have been hard as hell, man. My pops was in a coma. I done lost my twins. I done sacrificed my life, my time, stuck in the prison, man. I done almost lost my wife. I done fell out with friends. Yet people don't look at the downside of what it takes to write this music. Can't believe it took this for me to be closer than ever. Success in my grasp, pray never slips away. Once I touch the top, I pray I never drift away. The team's fractured, so I'm looking for a different way. I'm on parole, so they urge to put the kid away. Wifey's health is bad, and stress is at a high. Real niggas drop it, am I the next to die? I got some proper morals, I'll never testify. Though I face these struggles, there's nothing next to hide. My twins died, and I almost ain't make it back. The burdens on my shoulders, they enough to break a back. I made choices, if I could, I would take them back. I take the good with the bad and keep the ache intact. Handshakes lose the warmth, so I'm watching friends. Frenemies become jealous, wanna botch the ends. Failure ain't an option, nigga, I just gotta win. Hopping hurdles, cause these haters pray for trauma's end. What you know about the struggle and the pain and hunger? When it rains and it pours, I'm talking rain and thunder. Ambitions running high, I refrain from blunder. Try imagine seeing life through the frames of wonder. My daughters need a dad, my boy's a father figure. Hard times got you counting every dollar, nigga. I can't stop until I really made drama bigger. I'm destined for the top, put it on my mama, nigga. Mo died and I think I nearly died too. A month later, lost 9 in my mind too. I still hold and feel the pressure on my spine too. Trying to focus, but influenced by these crime moves. Dreams look blurred, I'm keeping hope together. Even on my own, I'm repping for us forever. On my own too, I'm doper than ever. Dreams come true, and I'm closer than ever.
With Shopify's mobile app, you can handle your business anywhere.
Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep.
Ever told on a nigga?
Nope.
Ever squeezed the trigger?
Yep.
Ever set a nigga up?
Nope.
Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck? You a sap?
Nope.
You a boss player? You a Mac?
Yep.
Let me hold a couple dollars.
Nope.
Y'all still be popping y'all collars?
Yep.
Stock rims on the scrape?
Nope.
Paint wetter than a lake?
Yep.
Poodle in my blood?
Nope.
Bitch, I'm a thug?
Yep.
You a loser?
Nope.
Winner?
Yep.
Starving?
Nope.
Dinner?
Yep.
You still sell dope?
Nope.
Now you clean it in the bar Dove soap?
Yep.
Got a little Gouda?
Nope.
Got a thumper, got a Ruger?
Yep.
You in love with the hoe?
Nope.
She bringing you the dough?
Yep.
You gon' cry if she leave?
Nope.
You gon' fly overseas?
Yep. Everybody got choices.
I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread.
Everybody got choices.
These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head.
Everybody got choices.
Keep it 1,000 out of life that I chose.
Everybody got choices.
These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke.
No. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah.
And I ain't gotta sell my soul.
No. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah.
If you broke, you ain't like me.
No. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah.
I give a fuck if you don't like me.
No. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah.
Lazy?
Nope.
Got dick that'll drive a hoe crazy?
Yep.
Hater?
Nope.
Wanna see a player get paper?
Yep.
Traitor?
Nope.
Loyal to my soil, not a faker?
Yep.
Sleep?
Nope.
Bust moves, hella active in the streets?
Yep.
Scared of the dark?
Nope.
Have money, have heart?
Yep.
Nork?
Nope.
Shark?
Yep.
Gossip like a brawl?
Nope.
Check a bitch like a smog?
Yep.
Slipping?
Nope.
Tripping?
Yep.
Sober as a gopher?
Nope.
Hide in a roller coaster?
Yep.
Star Wars?
Nope.
Yoda?
Yep.
Never leave the house without my strap.
Nope.
Shoot a motherfucker in his nap.
Yep.
Never been a sucker or a pussy.
Nope.
Blowing cookie, never coughing like a rookie.
Yep. Everybody got choices.
I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread.
Everybody got choices.
These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head.
Everybody got choices.
Keep it 1,000 out of life that I chose.
Everybody got choices.
These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke.
No. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah.
And I ain't gotta sell my soul.
No.
I'ma stay getting money. Yeah. If you broke, you ain't like me. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah. I give a fuck if you don't like me. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah. Was it love at first sight? No. Did she ride you like a bike? Yeah. Was it ripe? No. Was her pussy tight? Yeah. Got some property? No. Drive a Maserati? Yeah. You softer than a sock? No. You solid as a rock? Yeah. Slow? No. Trained to go? Yeah. Your team weak? No. You respected in the street need? Yeah. Shallow? No. Pin need? Yeah. Broke? No. Chin need? Yeah. Not a BB or a pellet gun? No. But a long barrel bass drum? Yeah. If I get into it, won't ride? No. I'ma give a nigga fair run? Yeah. Still live in the track? No. You ever go back? Yeah. Wear a wire and a camera? No. Ears to the scanner? Yeah.
Everybody got choices.
I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread.
Everybody got choices.
These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head.
Everybody got choices.
Keep it 1,000 out of the life that I chose.
Everybody got choices.
These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke.
No.
I'ma stay getting money.
Yeah.
And I ain't gotta sell my soul.
No.
I'ma stay getting money.
Yeah.
If you broke, you ain't like me.
No.
I'ma stay getting money.
Yeah.
I give a fuck if you don't like me.
No.
I'ma stay getting money.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to hate on you because you decide to do the right thing while they're all trying to do the wrong thing. Now, I'm going to tell you honestly, I never did anything with anybody when I was growing up that got me locked up and got me convicted and got me sent to no juvenile prison and established me as a convicted felon. I never did any of that kind of stuff. Because if you didn't want to do what I was doing, I damn sure wasn't interested in doing nothing you was trying to do. Thank you there, Queen. I picked that out just so I could continue my story. You know, I had a lot of different songs I could have went through, but I chose that one right there because I know E40, I know Too Short, I know Willie Rich, I know DJ Rick, you know. Just kind of raised all these people, you know, from being in the industry, you know. But a lot of men, there are so many of them that turned out to be great. I applaud each and every one of them that has made it on, you know, on to the next level. I cared nothing about him mentioning my name, carry me on with them on their back to be a part of what they was doing. I stayed in my lane. You can ask Kevin Hart. If I hadn't stayed in my lane, he never would have got on stage at the Juneteenth in San Jose, California on 2004, because there wasn't no such person as him. I spoke to him. I interviewed him backstage off the side, and he had that look on his face like he sure wished he could get on stage here in California. I put him on. And all I asked him to do is when you get done, man, tell everybody you'll be over at my tent doing autograph signings. He didn't even have no posters. I said, I'll sell them T-shirts and you just autograph them. I sold out of T-shirts. I gave him a little bit of it. He said, oh, no, man, I don't need it. I said, yeah, man, but you helped me get it. Like that? I said, yeah. He said, okay, so I gave him $200 out of what we got out of my T-shirts, you know. I gave Boogeyman, you know, I gave him $100 just for being there. And I covered the cost of what it cost me to buy those T-shirts and get them printed and put a couple $100 in my pocket, you know, because I ain't greedy. I know how to go out tomorrow and make some more money. Money don't make me do a goddamn thing. I make money, okay? That's the way the saying goes, you know, because if you let money be the deciding feature of your production, you won't get very far, because you'll always be about the money. You won't be about the action. You'll be about the money. And that's where I am now. Right now, today, when people approach me about charging me to do something for me, and the first thing out their mouth is the money, how much you're going to pay me? And I've been known to tell them, I ain't paying you shit. What do you mean? You want me to work for free? No, you ain't working for me, because if the money is what you're doing it for, that means off top you ain't going to do a good job. Yeah, because I know how I am. I never went to work anywhere where it was going to be about the money. Once they told me what the hourly rate was, I went and outworked the hourly rate, okay? I did more work than the hourly rate required. Okay? At one point, I was working as a contractor at this place called Food Machinery Corporation, FMC. They're the ones that made the Bradley fighting vehicle for our United States Army. I outworked the regular employees there to the point where I was doing work off each one of them's table better than they could do it. I was getting the company discounts that they wasn't getting because they were sitting and letting the invoices pile up instead of paying them off first to make sure that the company got that discount. I made that company over $1 million. And all of a sudden, one day they come asking them, what is going on in accounting with our books showing an active increase of income? And he went and asked the supervisor of the accounts payable department that I worked in. I mean, I'm a full-fledged accountant, but, you know, I didn't want to be working for accountants anymore. I wanted to be working for me. So I'd go do your little job, and I'd learn everything I could in there that could help my business. So anyway, when he got down to it, he had learned that they had made, through discounts from their vendors, over $1 million. And he realized that. And so he wanted to know which one of his accounts payable clerks was working those particular accounts. And she said, well, this account belongs to this person, this account belongs to that person. And when he went to thank them, they each had to say, oh, I turned that account over to Will 3 months ago. What? Will's a temp here. Yeah, but man, he does a great job. After he exposed himself to that whole group of people in that accounting department and had to say that I had made them that kind of money, he looked at everybody that worked for him and said, why aren't y'all doing the same damn thing as this man? This man is a temp. He ain't got no pension here. He ain't got no salary here. He can't get no promotion here. He can't even get a raise. And he is out working you guys at the rate that he's being paid. What is wrong with y'all? And I was like, oh boy, here comes the bullshit now. I'm really gonna hit the fan now, boy. And sure enough, they all took an aggregate position about me working there, doing a better job than they were doing. To the point where they started lying on me, telling the supervisor I was doing this and I was doing that. And the first time she called me in her office, she said, Tim, Will, you outworking everybody, but I said, don't you get it? Your people are not working up to the same standard, and they would rather have me be put out of here so that they can all be slacking and lagging and costing the company money than to do the straighten up. I said, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a temp. I said, because if you don't want me here no more, you can let me go and I could go stay at home and run my own damn business. I don't need to be coming here, helping y'all, having people talking crazy about me. I told her talking shit about me because I'm not that type. You know, I'm from the streets. And if I come in here, I feel like I'm part of the gang. That if we're going to do a good job, let's do it together. If you ain't working as hard as me, let me get some of your work and I'll bring you up to where you're working good. You know, where what you're doing pays off to the company. But instead, they let the bullies get a hold of them. And when the bullies was talking crazy, they were just sitting there with their mouths shut, saying nothing. And so the second time she called me in there, I said, look, I've been here for 3 years as a temp with no possibility of getting hired on here. What do you think I care about being here with a stagnant employment where I can't get no more raises? I bumped y'all for a raise 2.5 years ago, and there ain't no more raises I can get. Now you think I'm going to come to work and be a slave to a part-time job, a job that nobody else can do? You think I'm going to be that? Why don't you just let me go? Well, we don't want to do that. I said, why don't you let me go? Send me back to the agency if I ain't working well enough for you. Explain to the agency why you don't need me here no more. Because I don't need this job. And it was the greatest thing I did, man, because by that time it was 1989. You couldn't smoke indoors no more. And I was guilty of getting up from my desk every time I ran out of work to do, which was regularly, and going outside and smoking a cigarette. So I took 2 breaks and a lunch and 2 extra cigarette breaks. And they wanted to think, hey, man, we paying you to do this. I was like, you ain't paying me to do shit but sit here. There ain't no work on my desk to do. So they complained about that. And then I thought, man, I think I'm tired of working indoors where you can't smoke, because I was a real good cigarette smoker. And I had run into this, in the 89 where you couldn't smoke indoors no more at work in California. I'm like, man, I need to get me an outside job. So when they finished with me there, my agency kind of took, a shine away from me because they was getting paid good money for me to be there at that site that long. So instead of respecting me, they wanted to call themselves dejecting me. So I went home and I got me a newspaper, which I never did. I didn't have to look for no damn jobs. I knew all I was getting a job for was keep my Social Security money coming in. So when I got done working, I had me a nice check every month. And I do. I ain't gonna lie. I've been retired since I was 55. Supposed to have been, they changed it from 55 when I first started working when I was 16 to 65 the next year. And I said, I'm getting my money at 55. That's what you told me where I was at. Okay. And so at 55, I retired. But I got me a newspaper and I looked at A for accounting, because off top make big money. I went to school to be an accountant. Plus, I went to a junior college for 2 years and got a 2-year degree in marketing and business management. And then I got a bachelor's degree in the military educational system, which was basically about leadership. And then when I got out of there, I went and got me another degree in ethnic studies and a law. I got me an AA degree in criminal justice because I started becoming a criminal up around 1983. Okay, 1983, I started being a criminal and getting caught and getting let go because they couldn't convict me of nothing. But they thought they had caught me. I didn't care. Eat your food, drink up all your stuff, spend some time hanging out with people I don't know in jail. You get away from everybody I know in civilian life. I didn't care. But in all of that, I went to the Menlo Business College. There used to be a college. It used to be a high school, Catholic high school for girls, and I went and enrolled there just to be around all these young women, so I could invite them to my shows and stuff like I've been doing at all these other colleges, and earn a graduating status at master's level for business management with all my training and education and work experience, business management, occupational skills training. Yeah, I could teach you some shit you ain't never heard of before. And from there, there wasn't no, I done used up all my VA benefits for going to school. So it wasn't no sense of me going no more school. So I just settled down from there and just ran my own business. I was trying to remember what the next job I went and got. But oh, I know. In 1991, I started selling cars. Yep, sure did. Japanese cars at that. Nissans at that. The third largest. Man, I sold so many Nissans. It created a rise, and Nissan went from number 3 and just ran over Honda. And then Toyota started making cheaper cars to produce more to compete with General Motors. But Nissan was making a better car. And everybody bought a car from me knew that because I knew everything about everybody's car. I would give you a presentation on my car and tell you what all the competitors' cars did and not have to be lying about their. I didn't never put down nobody's car. I just sold the shit out of mine in comparison to yours. Just like now, same old me, And then I went and did that to 2007, and then I was tired of working. I was at home building this business called Y2K Associates from 2000 on. Now it's been 23 years that I've been known as Y2K Associates, the largest live local entertainment company in the history of the West Coast. Tell them, Queen. She can tell you. She knows she was there that day when I decided that the world wasn't going to fall apart when it became January 1st, 2000. And I made this bet. I bet that the world wouldn't fall apart. And I went and got me a business license on December 31st, 1999 to be called Y2K Associates. Yep. And that next day, January 1st, I was already Y2K. And the world didn't end. The computers didn't stop. Tsunamis didn't occur. California didn't become an island again. I didn't realize that when I said that, the first time I ever said that California didn't become an island again. Because Queen Khalifa was the queen of California when California was an island and Africa was a part of the United States. Yep. And so all those good things that I lived for was why I went outside every day, And Queen, thank you very much. April, how you doing, honey? How is April Showers doing? Hello. It is so great to see you. I know you must have missed me quite a bit while I was gone, but I'm back. And now Miss Linda is here. She's joined us. She's a good friend of Michael Welch's and mine, and I'm glad she comes and supports me. She says, I agree completely. Let the work I do speak for itself. That's exactly how I am. That's the kind of person I am. I was that way when I was in the military. I got promoted to corporal, but I had to do the work. I was a corporal E4, but I had to do the work of a sergeant E6. That's how good my work was, And April, I see you're doing well. Let me just get caught up on some of the comments everybody's making. And she says hello to the Queen. And Linda says, thank you, Queen, of the whole damn thing. Glad to be here. And April says, hello, Linda. All you ladies are in the right place today, hanging out with old Papa Will. And she says, hello, April Showers, back to you. But yeah, my work still, I couldn't wait to get old enough to retire so I could just do my entertainment business and help up and coming artists get bigger, And that was before I came to Las Vegas, back in California, where, I was putting on shows every week. I was putting clubs out of the action. They'd wait for the weekend to get busy, and here we were having packed shows on Tuesdays. Then people want to start barging in on our Thursday because, we said we'll let you have your Friday and Saturday. We'll take Sunday through Thursday and outperform you. And it wasn't nothing egotistical, and it really wasn't about them because I would have to be glad when they were open, because when they were open, I could go to their club and pass out my flyers, fire up the whole parking lot, and then stand outside their clubs, and whoever left their clubs got one of my flyers. See how that worked? We were in conjunction with each other because they would have one of the kids I raised that worked for them to come to my shows and tell everybody, give everybody at my show a flyer to come to a show they was having with artists I had worked with that I talked them about. E40, Andre Nicotina, Mac Dre. You know, they never knew about none of them people till I came along and introduced them to shows that I was having. And then they picked up on it. Willie Rich, you know, they picked up on that. E40 loved San Jose so much after I put him in a show and a couple other people put him in a show, he went and bought his own club called the Ambassador. And he saw me in there working one day. He thought I was there visiting. Him and what's that guy that wears that clock? What's that guy's name that wears that clock around his neck? Or used to? Flavor Flav. Yep, him. Yep. And they wanted me to come and kick it in the booth with them, hang out in VIP. I said, no, man, I work here for you. And then the co-owner, I had helped him get his club started way back in the 80s, in like 84, way up in Redwood City, California. That's where you people are familiar with being in California. Yeah, she was there. Queen was there that day, December 31st, 1999. And me, her, and Kalani, we all went down to City Hall, and I bought the license to be known as Y2K Associates. And nobody else ever tried to use that name because I own that shit. And there was this little rapper, I forget what his original name was, but after he met me, he changed his name to Hustle. You know, and he spelled it IHUSSLE, whereas I was IHU$LE. He didn't want to, you know, infringe on my name that was franchised. I still got that. Let me see if I can. Y'all just hold on just 1 minute. I think since I have some credence in this game. But then in 2009, I finally had figured out that I didn't need to work no more. I was 55 years old. Where's my Social Security money? And they still wanted to play that game. I couldn't get it till I was 66. And so I convinced my last employer to fire me because I was just fed up with this woman. You know, she was married to a black man and she was in charge of human relations, but somehow she managed to become in charge of the whole damn office and used to just disrespect me with that look, her mouth. And I said, lady, if you don't calm down off of me with your bullshit, I'm going to run up in you. And I ain't talking about, you know, doing you in the butt. And she just kept it up. So one day I went up in her, you know, and the situation was I was driving a security car, right? So I pull up to this one site where I check the doors, I check inside, and I steal stuff, you know, and I get something to eat. And if they leave something there else loose, I take it too. I don't care. You know, it pissed me off. So the manufacturing supervisor or manager comes out to smoke a cigarette. Well, the trick is, and many of y'all have probably tried this before, the trick is when you want to leave the door cracked so you can get back in, that places that have vents and ventilators and air conditioners on the roof, it don't work because it's going to suck that air in so it can recirculate it, right? So as soon as he let that door go, it's closed on him, locked him out. So he's standing there banging on the door because he knows the security, he knows the maid girl in there. You know, she's there every night. So he's already familiar with her. So he's banging on the door loud enough that she could hear him and come and let him in. Well, she don't. But I'm pulling up just as that door is closing on him. And I pull up and I stop after he done banged on it already. And I tell him, hey, Mark, that's what his name was, Mark. Because once before I had to write his name down in my notebook to make sure I never forgot what his department was. I said, hey, Mark, don't trip, man. Just meet me over at the other door. I got to go make sure ain't nobody trying to break in the building, and I'll let you back in. I saw you come out the building. You ain't no disgruntled employee. I said all that stuff to him, right? And me and him laughed. So I went and checked the perimeter of the building. The building was safe, and I pulled up, parked, got out, opened the door, let him in, and let him go back to work. Well, what had happened was the maid inside then freaked out. She then called her supervisor and told her supervisor somebody's trying to break in. The supervisor calls the security company the next day and says, oh, well, I think we might have had a disgruntled employee break into the, and then she asks me, did you let anybody into the building last night? And I said, yeah, sure did. Why? What's the problem? Well, I'm like, lady, if you was a man, I'd knock you the fuck out talking to me like this. What is wrong with you? Well, and sit back in your chair. Oh, you didn't let a disgruntled. I said, no, I didn't. I let the supervisor of that department back in the building as I saw him come out the building and the door closed behind him when he came to smoke. Well, you're going to have to do this and this and this. And what was his name? And then that's what I thought clearly. Because actually what I did, even if I was wrong, even if there was a disgruntled employee that just got fired and I didn't check him, ask him for no ID, secure him outside or follow him to wherever he said he was going, was not a fireable offense. So you got to know the rules when you work for people. They could not fire me for letting that guy back in there. I did nothing wrong, even if that had been the situation. But I said, I know that guy. And I told you, I saw what happened. Well, you got to go home just until we tell you it's okay. I said, great. Because he can tell you, queen of the whole damn thing, she could tell you. We was having a show that weekend, and here I was stuck working instead of out promoting our damn show. So guess what I chose? I chose to go home and go promote our goddamn show. And I stayed at home until we had that show. And then that Monday, she come calling me, asking me, when are you going to come back? I'm like, you the one sent me home. I didn't quit. You sent me home. Well, I want to meet with you today. I said, what time? 2:00. So I get there. You know me, I get there at 1:35. So I'm early so I can find out what kind of crap is going on while I've been gone for this week and what everybody's thinking about me. And sure enough, they was all thinking I done something wrong, that I let somebody back in the building, that had been fired and that wasn't authorized to be in the building. They all had been told that lie. And then finally, after about 3:00, hour later, that she said be there, she done called me into her office and started trying to talk to me. I said, lady, if you think that I violated some kind of rule that's not fireable, but you want to fire me, where's my damn check? Where's my check? Stop talking to me. Don't say nothing else to me. Where is my damn check? Well, we didn't think you'd come. Shut up. Where's my check? And she went over there to the payroll officer and got my check. I said, now you can tell me I don't work here no more. My damn check. So you act like anyone working. I don't. Not with somebody like you. And I didn't want to tell her what the spirits had told me, because the spirits had told me, Will, you need to get out of here. Because if you don't, you're going to lose every day of vacation, every dollar of back pay. You're going to lose everything you've built up in this place. I had 3.5 years of vacation pay and vacation coming to me. And the spirit told me, you better get out of here because this place is getting ready to get sold and you're going to lose all of it if you stay here. So when I went in there, I was already filled with the Holy Spirit. That lady, you just need to give me my money. I ain't telling you shit. And she gave me my money. I didn't even look back, man. We went and had that big ass show. Oh, yeah. Queen of the whole damn thing can tell you. That shit was on August 17th or August 15th and August 17th. We had Kalani's birthday party. That's what it was. That's what I need to be working no more for. I need to be passing out flyers for his upcoming birthday party. Didn't I, Queen? And that's what we did. We went and had us a birthday party. And then that Monday when I went in there and let that lady talk to me, give my check. Just give me my check because I don't need you. You know? Together we break. What's going on with your girlfriend? Hey, so what is up with that interview you was going to do with me? Or have you just learned enough about me that you don't need to interview me personally? And I ain't mad at you and I ain't jealous because you did whoever else you did. But every time I see you, I think, man, I sure am ready to be interviewed. Whatever you need from me, I'll do it for you. But anyway, so here I was. I was out of that place, no more working with 3.5. But at first, you know what they did? At first, this is crazy. At first, they tried to deny me my unemployment. Now, you know, an employer can't deny you unemployment. You either entitled to unemployment or you're not. If you quit the job, you got no unemployment coming. If you get fired, automatic unemployment comes your way. Automatic. There's nothing for us to discuss. Because anything more than that, I'll take your ass to court and I'll own this place. Oh, can't do that. And they got turned down. They got turned down on the denial of my unemployment. And so they had requested that they get to talk to the administrator or whoever is in charge, the lawyer in charge of your unemployment benefits. They want to hear both sides. They want to get their side heard to prevent me from getting my unemployment. And there was the same woman, I'm sure it was that same woman that was the AR person that put that request in. But do you know, by the time that booking came through for that meeting, that place had been sold. Just like the stars had said, just like my premonition had told me that to get out of there because that place is about to go down. And a new lady shows up and says, we don't have no reason to not let Mr. Lyons get his unemployment insurance money. Case closed. She said, Mr. Lyons, do you have anything else you want to say? Nope, that's all we was here for. And it gave me my whole 3.5 years unemployment. So within that time, I actually had wound my ass up over here in sorry ass Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a piece of shit ass town to live in. I'm going to tell y'all that. I'm going to tell you. It is a piece of shit ass town to live in. Because the people in these jobs out here are the worst employees you want to find in this country. Okay? And Queen of the whole damn thing says, yeah, that was the best time of our lives. And we got there, Kalani ran off with the drink tickets and the microphone and went around the corner to another club and tried to get on stage with the microphone and get drinks with the goddamn drink tickets that was for the club we was having this birthday party at. Oh, man, that was a funny night that night, boy. But anyway, so I wound up over here in Vegas because two people told me a lie that we could come over here, we could set up. They had clubs over here, and they appreciated hip hop over here, and that we could bring artists from California out here, and they could put that on their resume. And that's all of what I just said is exactly what didn't happen. The girl who was like my god niece, I had to leave her alone because that ripping me off shit had gotten old. And her daddy And her uncle told me before I even left California with her, her uncle told me that if she wasn't his niece, she'd have been dead already for the shit she had done to him. Her daddy told me, Butch, I've known you for a long time, man. Don't let what my daughter acts like have any bearing on our relationship. I said, man, I won't do that. So she was worthless. The other guy had been bugging me ever since I had this Andre Nicotina show, and he's somehow standing backstage trying to talk to me like, hey, man, you should change your name to what I want it to be, and then we could do this and we could do that. I said, look, dude, you see what I'm doing. What are you talking about? What are you talking to me about? You see what I'm doing. I'm putting on a big-ass show, the biggest show this town has ever seen, and what do you think you're saying to me? And so then I come out here, I do a show with him with all the greats from the Bay Area, E40, Shelly Cell, let's see, E40, Shelly Cell, Too Short, Richie Rich, you know, just a whole bunch of people that I can't even remember no more because most of them left a bad taste in my mouth, made me want to slap all of them, slap the shit out of each one of them, you know, but I didn't. They just backed on up away from me with their crazy ass behavior, you know. But anyway, I came out here and did that show for him, spent 3 days out here sleeping on somebody's couch, man. They didn't even pay me, not $1. And then when I get back to California, my car ain't running, and the dude that I came out there to help gets back home and asks me for my last $20, and that he is upset because he had to bring me back to California, and I'm stuck up there with my car not running. So over the years, I just kind of built up a bad attitude of him because he kept doing other old messed up stuff, like he was bullying me or like I was his bitch. You know, you gonna bitch treat me? All right, Fat Rob, I'll show you what that bitch treat me feels like. So one day I go over there, you know, after I invested money in him, he's supposed to have these shirts ready. I go over there with my camera, take pictures of the merchandise we got, launch it to my website, and he ain't bought shit. And I said, well, man, you know, I need a couple items of what you're gonna be having and take home, shoot them, and launch them to my site. And he said something stupid while he was talking on the phone, trying to ignore me. So I got up and I left. Got on my bike and came on back home. Man, next thing I know, I hear all this yelling outside, in the parking lot, and it sounded like somebody I knew. I thought they was having a hard time with security. I went out there as him, and I'm thinking that he, I jump out there to protect him from security and tell him he's with me. I get out there and he starts cursing me out and goes out, accusing me of stealing these 2 shirts out of his apartment. And I'm like, motherfucker, I got money on these shirts. What are you talking about steal from you? And then he made the mistake of yelling at me and poking me in my chest with 2 fingers. And I double tapped him in his chest and knocked him about 4 feet backwards. And he stepped up and he did that same thing at me again and touched me again. This time I knocked him so far back he almost fell through the window of his car. And I stepped up on him and I had both of my fists balled up right at his chin. I said, hit me again. Hit me again. I'll kill you out here in this damn parking lot. Just hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Poke me. Touch me. I'll kill you. And he goes, oh man, I must have did the wrong thing, man. Let me slide on there. I said, get the fuck out of here. Don't ever come around me again. Y'all have to excuse my language. I'm emphasizing how important it was or how drastic it was or how messed up it was that he would think that he could just come to my apartment and yell at me and owe me money. And then I realized, oh, you just been ripping me out. And right then, if he hit me that 3rd time, I'd just beat him up for all that let me down behavior. So needless to say, he don't come around me no more. But him and her are the reasons I came over here. But I've stayed here because while I was here, since I've been here, they found out at the VA hospital that I had cancer. And cancer got me a primary care doctor, which I couldn't get back in California. And with that primary care doctor, I went I went and found out why my back bothered me so much, and it turned out that I had a disc. I had hurt my back. I had hurt my back to the point that I had 2 bulging discs in my back. And I went to enough doctors from that, having that primary. Sorry, that was my bad. My bad. I pushed my computer the wrong plugged on me, left me out here in the dark. I hope y'all don't hold that against me. I was just a little overwhelmed. I was doing way too much talking and just kind of bumbled all over my computer. But I'm glad to see that you got you girls. Are there any guys left in this joint? We got any guys left here? Everybody hit that like button? Did you? Okay then. Well, I kind of feel like since I did all of that, it's time for a break. That must have been what it was trying to tell me. That Papa will put on some great music you got. Here, Teehee. This is like Teehee's favorite video right here, y'all. And that's her you hear screaming in the background too. Here we go.
Y2K
That's
Associates.
money.
Hey, it's the Big Chip's birthday party. He turned the Big 30, and this is how it stands. This is the reaction. It's going down. Y2K Associates Computer Chips party. It's going down. 2009. Jimmy G all in the building. Yeah. Hey, oh lady. Hey, Bob.
Get it, Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Y2K Associates. It's Chip's 30th birthday, and we out here celebrating. This the Big Papa Will. You know what I'm saying? Just like back in the day. Y'all better ask somebody. YouTube, MySpace. Everybody out here, man. This is how we get down. This is how we party. This is how we do it. Go, Bob. Go, Bob. Go, Bob. Go, Bob.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products. It's Amazon's other company, Audible. Audible pays me $8,000 to $10,000 every single month.
Hey, come on, take a ride.
Man of this vessel. Oh, man, I'm just screwing up pretty out. Hold on.
All around I see you. We want to be crew of entertainment. Jam to the music, to the beat. Jam, yeah. Don't let nothing restrain. We just want you to feel your pleasure. Really real. Come on and ride the funky on. Come along and ride on the fantastic voyage. This groove ship. And you are under our command, yeah.
What you should do.
What you should do is take a lesson too, so you can understand. You know like to see
People have the good
time. Well, you wanna party. Let's all the music. Dance on. We just want you to feel. Want you to feel. It's a fantasy. Come along, dance in the sunshine. So very musical treasure. Come along, pack your bags, get on up and jam, y'all. Come on and ride on the funk now. Come along and ride on a fantastic voyage. Come along, ride the funk, hey man. Come
Something in her eyes speaks the word of me. She caught me by surprise.
Queen, go find Linda and get her back in here. Let her know. That was just a little bebop move where we fell off for a hint. But we're back now.
Something in her eyes was calling my name, babe. I didn't realize something deep inside had awakened. Oh, I felt so alive. Just this feeling, so deep inside, could be love. Oh, oh. Something in her eyes.
Yeah, can you catch her and tell her that you're back in here?
Bleeds into my soul. Share my pain.
Well, dude, you should have asked me about that for But these pictures I own all these pictures. Man, you those are my pictures on that. Every one of these girls is mine. You should have asked me that before you went there. But now that you know, you can do the cleaning up. But yeah, man, we own those pictures.
Her laughter's like a fire. It melts me.
One of the greatest videos you ever did with me.
Oh, and never question her feeling. Oh, so what I'm feeling is so right. She's like the wind and my silence. Oh, I'm not really sure how to find love. Oh, her sweet, sweet eyes, her sweet, sweet eyes. Something in her eyes. There's something in her eyes. Whoa, cools my soul. Something in her eyes moves my very spirit. Oh.
Thank you, Queen. I'm trying to be up here looking all good and stuff. It's been a long time since I've been up here, so I'm putting it down. Stay up here. You like my new background poster I made to go around my music? Next, we have an old friend of mine named Deanna, that for a long time she was one of my weed customers and one of my singers. She came all the way out here to Las Vegas one time to be in one of our shows with us, and I want to welcome her to the stage. Rest in peace, Deanna Randolph, y'all.
Guns on down.
This is her anti-violence song. Somebody stop the killing.
Guns on down.
Luckily, she died natural death. She didn't get killed in that.
All the way down. Put the guns on down. Ooh, put them guns on down. All the way down. Ooh, put them guns on down. Put the guns on down. Put them down. All the way down. Let's just imagine if we didn't bug. If we ain't had to pop the trunk and had to strap it up. If we ain't had to cock along, leave the safety up. But instead, shot each other.
Now that little girl with the blonde hair in the back, me and her mother grew up together, and then she grew up to become one of my R&B singers.
What Black Lives Matters really mean. Now put your hands up and don't put them down. Put your fists in the air, stand tall and proud. From the North Bay to the East Bay to the South Bay, down the new click-clack game, spraying truth over crowd. It's in your blood, it's in your DNA. It rain over land, it rule all states. The brother that you come and breathe, nothing but great. We go with that part, we just gotta get straight. Be a ruler on the throne, young man, know your worth. It's a fight to be right. We were born under curse. You were chosen to protect, so if worse comes to worse, remember this is your world. You inherit this earth. Put the guns on down. Ooh, put them guns on down. All the way down. Ooh, put them guns on down. Put the guns on down. Put them down.
Pick the mic up, go and put the pistols down. Make you feel good with the futuristic goes of sound. So much violence in every single part of town. Here to bring you up when they try to break us down. Fallen soldiers die every single day. Goal is to watch our kids thrive, go and play. As I lay, I pray for some better days. Escape the pain from the evil and the fucked up ways. Happy now, nothing but a pure disgrace. Drag us through the mud just because of black our race. Makes me sick, leaves me with a bitter taste. Police brutality treats us like garbage waste. Constant madness going against the grain. Trying to make a difference in the world to maintain. Trying to make a difference in the world to maintain. Trying to make a difference in the world to maintain.
Please put the guns on. Please put the guns on. Please put the guns on. Guns on. Yeah. Guns on down. Ooh, put them guns on down. Put them all the way down. Put them down. Put them down. Put them down. Guns on down. Guns.
Okay, y'all, I got to get into my next song here, and then I'll be right back. This is our sponsor again, Hirsch White. He's got his own clothing line. He has his own shoes, Hirsch Cocoa Cookies, everything. I even got some of those shoes, man. I did. And here we go. Let's bring him on back to the stage. Hirsch White, y'all.
Yeah, baby. Today is our day. Listen. Heaven's looking down on us from above. Looking down. Looking down. You can tell from the look in our eyes. This love must be real love, yeah. The moments I shared with you led up to this day, this special day, girl. On earth, there's no other that can please me in your way, girl. Today, our day for today's our day for love. Today is our day for love. Today is our day. Today is our day for love. Our day for love. Listen, baby. For you, there's no mountain I wouldn't climb for you, baby. With God first in our lives, our love will stand time after time. Our love will stand time after time, baby. I used to wonder if I truly deserve you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Without a doubt, I stand here before you to say I do, to say I do, baby. Today is our day. Today is our day for love, baby. Today is our day for love, girl. Yes, it is. Today is our day. Today is our day for love. No reason, no season, baby, can change my mind. Yes, you are truly by far one of a kind. Girl, you are mine. Today's our day for love. Today's our day for love. Today. I recall the first time that we first met. It was so very special, baby. Now here we are today. You see, today's our special day, oh baby. Today is our day for love. Today is our day for love. Today you and I become one. Together forever, forever together. Today is our day. Today is our day. Today is our day. This is your day, my day, our day. Today. Oh, girls I take for love. Yeah. Today's our day for.
Okay, that was Hirsch White, our other sponsor for the day. Now I want to talk to y'all about something again. Every one of these, hey Pindar, how you doing? How you doing? Thanks for showing up, man. I don't know why Michael Welton came here and did his own self appearance, but you know he's walking around here somewhere in the stratosphere. I know, but in the early stages of my life, in my 30s, okay, in my 30s, I did something that you always wonder, why don't somebody do something to help youth make it in life. Why don't somebody step up and create an environment by which young people can be a part of, and not wind up dead, not wind up on the streets, not killed, not kill anybody, not wind up in prison for life? Well, I raise my hand, ladies and gentlemen, and I swear on a stack of Bibles, I am that guy that did all of that. And I did. I created Y2K Associates, and for the purpose of helping my son be a hip hop artist. But sometimes your kids don't want to hang out with you. They don't want to know you like that and stuff. And next thing I knew all these other wannabe hip hop stars, models, R&B singers, comedians, and guitar players, saxophone players, drummers, and I helped them. I helped them all. And I swear to God, there are people walking the streets right now still making music that never, ever went to jail or prison. And I can tell you one off the top of my head. His name is Boogeyman. Boogeyman was 15 years old and couldn't get in a 16-year-old club. And I had to get the guy at the door to let him in and tell him, okay, this is my opening act. And his parents are coming to see him. So we need to get him in here so he can get on, so they can see him in his first ever live performance. And I got him on. I gave him like 5 minutes, but he sang his song so fast. And when it was over, he was so embarrassed and so, awestruck that he was up there on the stage in front of all these people. You ought to see him now, boy. He loved that stuff now. That he broke out the door, man. I had to chase him. And he got all the way around the corner before I caught up with him. I said, Bug, where are you going? Oh, man, then nobody probably liked my stuff. I said, man, they still in there clapping for you. And walked off and left them in there all by themselves. I said, and I looked across. I said, and there, look, here comes your mama, your auntie, and everybody, and you trying to leave on me? You better get back here. He's the only artist I ever put on stage in a show twice. Yep, Boogie made off. Boogeyman, whatever you want to call him. But yes, and he was the type, man, that could have seriously been carrying a gun, accidentally shoot somebody, robbing people, doing drugs, because he never was a dope dealer, but he didn't. He had 2 heart attacks from snorting too much cocaine, but he got over that. He done raised 2 daughters now. He drives the bus for a living and ain't never been to jail. That's just one of them. And be honest with you, queen of the whole damn thing could tell you the same thing. She could have been, she was, hanging out in the street with various knucklehead types and, doing this, doing that. But man, look at that woman today. You would not believe, you would think she was a square, okay? You wouldn't think that she's as hip as she is, because boy, let me tell you. So anyway, back to my story. Is that, yeah, I have the legacy of having put more up and coming artists on stage in more shows than any other promoter in the history of the West Coast. That means top and bottom California, including Nevada, because that's where I'm at now. Nobody has ever done more for up and coming artists or young people than I have. So when you talk about what you can do, because like they can tell you, Queen will tell you right now, messing with me comes with an education. I will teach you how to not make the mistake of believing the brainwashing and falling into their trap. I even convinced a couple of my artists that they actually went and made a song called exactly what I be teaching. It's called Brainwashing. Brainwashing by Mitty and Nitty. Let me see if I got that song over in here. I probably don't. I probably got it on another channel. But from working with me, they learned that don't believe everything you hear. And if you can't put your hands on it, don't touch it. Because it might not be real. You know. Because if you're going to shoot craps, bet the dice hit and point seen, money gone. Okay? But yeah, many artists that I'm sure, you know, because they were all straight people, you know, and they never went to jail. They ain't convicted of nothing, no prison time, just lots and lots and lots of great music is what I have to say that that's what they did. And I'm so proud of them, I can barely speak right now, you know. But yeah, so, you know, that's what you have to do in our society. That is exactly what you have to do. You have to, if you want to know what it's going to take to get youth straightened out, then you got to help them. Because it don't make no sense. How are you going to talk about what somebody should do and you're not showing them what to do? You know, I was in the military. I joined the military and I became a combat infantry soldier. And I left there a certified infantry soldier, meaning that I passed all the tests to send me anywhere in this country and give me a mission, knowing I would get the job done. No, I ain't no secret agent or nothing. Yes, I'm registered as a weapon because of my specific types of training, but no, I've never killed anybody. Okay, we got that straight. I'm not a murderer, but boy, don't touch me, because at my age now, I have a rap sheet of having disarmed 2 young men in different locations in my own house of their weapons. Yeah. One of them got me arrested because they thought I was a big-time dope dealer, and why would I beat up somebody that pulled a gun on me in my house? It must have been to protect my dope. And the second one got me evicted from my apartment because somebody must have told the office that I was doing more than running a little candy store. No, it's just that guy was an idiot enough to think that a home invasion was on his slate to occur in his honor in his lifetime. And he found out that no, you're still just a punk ass kid, and you turned and you ran and took you and your gun with you. Now, I can't testify on the second guy whether his gun was real or not, because he didn't get a chance to pull the trigger. The first guy, I beat him up so bad his gun fell on the floor, and when I picked it up to shoot him with it, it was a play gun. I said, man, you gonna come up in my house to pull a home invasion with a play gun? I beat that boy so bad with that gun, man, he lost his cap in my house. Hit him in the back of his neck with my fist, knocked his cap off his head, and it flew back into my house. And then his buddy tried to get away, and I grabbed him by the leg. He came right on out of one of them $300 sneakers that he was wearing. So I took that $300 sneaker and that boy's cap, and set both of them on top of my television and let anybody know this is what can happen to you. Come here and think you're going to do something to me. I ain't that kind of person, you know. But needless to say, I didn't kill either one of them. But that did get me arrested because the cameras was on me, and they thought that the cameras saw this guy running to the car and jumping in it. And their little undercover guy for our neighborhood found out later that the guy had tried to rob me at gunpoint, and I beat the shit out of him, and he ran off. So they thought, oh, man, you think you're a tough guy then, huh? So they ran up on me, thought they was raiding in my house. They didn't find nothing, so they couldn't charge me with nothing. They couldn't take me to trial. They couldn't even give me my right to a speedy trial, and just damn held me without bail, without charges, for 4 months. That's where I got all this pot belly from. When they arrested me, I weighed 197 pounds. When they let me go on probation, I weighed 280 pounds from just sitting on my ass up in there with cancer and degenerative disc disability in my back. So I got Percocets 3 times a day, 3 meals a day. And when they finally let me go, they put me on 2 years of probation and sealed my record so that I couldn't do nothing about them just locking me up, giving me a charge, and then throwing me out. And they let me out because of the catheter I had installed in my chest while I was in there, and they didn't want to take me to VA and have it done. And that thing cost them over $170,000 for snatching me out the street thinking they were slick. I didn't care nothing about going to no jail. It got rid of everybody around me. If you ever want to get rid of everybody around you, go to jail. You ever want to get rid of somebody, loan them some money. Them two things work. I can prove it. I've been there, done that, you know. But hey, like I said, I got lots of famous artists. Spice One is my favorite rapper. Him and my godson, Johnny West, they worked together on a major project. And I think I'll share that with y'all. We got time on the clock, right, producer? I got a producer here trying to make sure I don't go over time and be sitting up here and here not doing nothing to any good for anybody. So I got Johnny West featuring Snoop Dogg. And I'll be back in a minute, y'all.
Dang, Johnny. So cool, old school. Big Snoop Dogg, I be breaking the rules. I'm phenomenal, your mama knows, so I'ma go and get it. Did the beat, so you know I got to spit it. You got the look of a diva. Dog got it all now, follow the procedure. I need you to leave your mind.
Hey, LaTanya, it's good to see you up in here. Thank you for coming.
You was cracking like that, why you acting like that? Hand me your glass, let me pour you some yak. That's landed. Now if you act right, by the end of the night, you get the candy to Southside Boss. Twist that spinach, put fire on the end of the bitch. Now let me hit it. Baby, you cute, but you need to be fucking with Snoop. Come through and see what it do.
Oh, yes, it's Diva Night, and she's feeling right. Oh, yes, it's Diva Night. Go get it on tape. Oh, yes, it's Diva Night, and she's feeling right. Oh, yes, it's Diva Night. Gonna get it in time. Get it in time.
Phenomenal, abdominal pressure with the follow through. Relax for a second, let me tell you what we ought to do. We start with the top, then move it to the bottom. Let your dress hit the floor like your panties need dropping. Damn, you look good, girl, rocking the set, getting it wet. Correct me if I'm wrong so I can place my bet. This is the time of the night when you're close, join in. Cause I'm the type of motherfucker fucking you and your friend. East Coast to the west side, doing it all night. Take you one at a time, no need for a cat fight. The D-O-double-G-Y and the W-E-S-T.
Oh, yes, it's Diva Night, and she's feeling right. Oh, yes, it's Diva Night, gonna get it in time. Oh, yes, it's Diva Night, and she's feeling right. Oh, yes, it's Diva Night,
Gonna get it in time, get it in time.
Me and my girls out at the club, dancing all night long to the robot dog. Gotta be a rude, but I catch my eye. Super duper kind with a super sweet smile. Gotta get to know me in the right way. Turn up the Marley and pass the J. Looking so fine, listening to reggae. In your arms, I want to stay. I'm the queen, yeah, I'm a diva. Come too close, you'll catch a fever. My love spell on you, now you got amnesia.
Oh yes, it's Diva night, and she's feeling right. Oh yes, it's Diva night, gonna get it in time. Oh yes, it's Diva night, and she's feeling right. Oh yes, it's Diva night, gonna get it in time, get it in time.
We gave it to a one cut.
Yeah, that was my godson, Michael Walsh. Johnny West. And he became famous for doing a lot of hit songs out of his own atmosphere with famous rappers like Too Short. And like, oh, hey man, tell your girlfriend I can't talk to her right now. You know, Too Short, Snoop Dogg, Spice One, and a couple other of my friends. Rapping Forte. He did a song with another one of my friends after that too. But he was as an R&B singer, Johnny West, hands down, did the most with his opportunity. After meeting me, he forced me to live in his house with him so that I could be right there and we could do all the shows he wanted to. And that's why Big Pistol, he has this song with a Spice One called Big Pistol, is what he called me, the Big Pistol, because I was the guy that could get people on R&B shows all over the South Bay, when the East Bay, where everybody thought hip-hop originated, that if they couldn't do a show up there because they'd had so much violence, and they didn't want to let me do shows, but I was so much older than the person was telling me that I couldn't have the show, that he said, well, I'll take a chance on you. Let's see what you got. And I proved it to him. I had hundreds of shows, put hundreds of artists on stage with a 0 incident rate. Who do you know can say that? Nobody. There ain't a promoter on the West Coast that can say he had a show and there wasn't no kind of incident. I mean, people made it to their cars. They made it to wherever they were supposed to be at in the morning with no incident in their life. Why? Because they knew they wanted to be in my next show. And the only way to do that is they need to stay out of trouble. Because that was the way I got out. And young Riaz, he's back. LaTanya, like I said, is glad to have you here in the office with us. You know, well, y'all, I'm gonna put a couple more songs on. I'm gonna bring up our sponsor for today, Hirsch White, again. Put him back on stage, and then I'm gonna go over here and find Johnny West and Big Pistol, since that's my theme song. And then that's gonna have to hold y'all down till I can get back up here next week or something, okay? Okay, we did him. Wow, man. I ain't trying to play that. Okay. Here we go, y'all. Hirsch White, our other sponsor for today.
I'm in a different mood when I'm all alone with you. Girl, I'm in a freaky mood. We gon' turn up until 2. Girl, I'm in a different mood. Different mood with you. Girl, I'm in a different mood. Different mood super fly. Girl, you looking good, mama mine. We popping bottles all through the night. Keep it lit, turn it up all night. Close the door to my bedroom. Girl, I wanna touch on you. On the real, I'm feeling you. Go a couple rounds with you. Little mama, I ain't mad at you. Getting nasty like you wanna do. Every time I'm with you, you got me in a different mood. Different mood. When I'm all alone with you, girl, I'm in a freaky mood. We gon' turn up until 2. Girl, I'm in a different mood. Different mood with you. Girl, I'm in a different mood.
Yeah. Big boy swag. Let's get
with you, girl.
I'm jumping out the Rari, trying to holler, girl, you super thick. Long silk hair, big booty, yeah, I'm trying to hit. Sipping on Patron, smoking perps, gotta keep it lit. Body on fleek, hella sexy, girl, I'm digging it. Pipe you real good, Mr. Bobby beat 'em. Busted wide open, taste real good, eat 'em. Make a sex tape, make a love scene. Your panties dripping wet, vanilla ice cream. Wanna play with my tongue on your G-string. Beat it up all night, put you on my team. Wanna play with my tongue on your G-string. When I'm with you, girl, different mood swings. Let's go.
I'm in a different mood. When I'm all alone with you, girl, I'm in a freaky mood. We gon' turn up until 2. Girl, I'm in a different mood. Different mood with you. Girl, I'm in a different mood. Different mood with you, girl.
Well, that was our sponsor for the day, one of them. I'll have to talk to Michael about getting some more of his music up in here so that I can be using it when we do shows now that I got my act back together. But that was Different Moves. I'm going to knock that out, and we're going to get on up here with some Big Pistol, y'all. This song was written and produced and performed by Spice One, Johnny West, to be the theme song for Y2K Associates in memory of how I helped him to meet Spice One. Here we go, y'all. Hold on, something's going wrong here. So I guess I better keep talking to you. Hold on, let me make sure I got the mic on. I guess I better keep talking here until I figure out why Big Pistol didn't come on. Let's see what went wrong here. So I hope everybody here today had a good time hanging out with me. I sure did have an excellent time being here with you guys today. I want to tell you that this is a good comeback for me. Hold on, here we go. Hold on, back up, because he mentions my name in the beginning of the song. So I got to make sure that I got it from the start. It comes on from the start and not halfway down the road somewhere. But here we go, y'all. All right, this song is called Big Johnny West.
Yeah, nigga, Johnny West, like 2K in this bitch, Slim.
Y'all hear that?
You know what? I mean, really it's really big. But a boss player like all my friends. I've been riding since the beginning of getting my ends. Took a stop at the green light, right up on my Benz. Get the shit out of any nigga that hurt in my Benz. It's on, nigga, we roam like spent phones. You can tell that the East, baby, is my home. The way I spit these ebonics and pop my motherfucking collar. We don't fall down, but me and the homies might squabble. Love each other like brothers, so we ride for one another. One foot in the grave and the other one in the gutter. It's the motherfucking boss, I'm riding that all car. And above all that, I carry a bag. Yo, wig off, break your back, boy. Bring you your motherfucking hat, boy. We're hitting corners, leaving motherfuckers flat, boy. You get a hole in your chest without the vest. I just purchased the Desert Eagle, Johnny West. Niggas is tripping cause he gave me the gun. Saying, why you got a big old pistol to spice one? Bang, bang, go. See why they get the piss out to Benny Chico. Bang, bang, bang. Hit him up with them heaters, listen me do me third thing. Bang, bang, go. See why they get the piss out to Benny Chico. Bang, bang. Hit him up with them heaters, listen me do me third thing. Johnny West, ready to pack another clip. Lock and load, why don't you take another hit? When you sick and I'll be creeping, ready to take your cash flow. Thought you was a baller, now you're ballin' like an asshole. Just equals to a strap, lay you on your fucking back. Pop a collars, all the laces, fuck the track. Thought you was riding, got you crying like a little bitch. Angelic witness in the back, about to dig you fucking dick. Try to rob with star life, and sipping felon shit. Fuck don't let my boy Tino cheap riggedy walk and fucking live. Bang, bang, go. See why them getting pissed out to Benny Chico. Bang, bang. Hit him up with them heaters, but say me do me third thing. Bang, go. See why them getting pissed out to Benny Chico. Bang, hit him up with them heaters, but say me do me third thing. Bang, bang. So Johnny West, why'd you kill somebody on that pistol? I don't know.
Talking about me. Why you introduce Papa Will to Spice? Now look at y'all. Those every night, riding all over the bay, smoking big blunt, smoking them Be Legits like Be Legit did that one time we was hanging out. Hit him up with them heaters, but say me do me third thing. Okay, y'all, that's all I can do for you for today. I done did my best to make sure you all had a great time. I hope you enjoyed it like I enjoyed it. And all praise to the Most High, like the Queen says. And I hope that I guess I'll take tomorrow off and I'll be back here with y'all Monday after bowling. Thank you for coming down and hanging out with Papa Will. I only had one mishap today, and that was my fault. Didn't have nothing to do with the internet. That was me moving my computer box so it could be more comfortable, so it could be facing me, talking to me, not all squeezed up in this little piece of area I had it in. Power to the people, and remember, Native American for life, y'all. Goodbye.